Hello and welcome, my name is The Scottish Gamer and I create Call of Duty hints, tips and montage videos. So if you want to stay up to date with all of the latest news, start now by subscribing and clicking the bell. To date we've seen the alpha, the beta and now finally as of October 25th at midnight we have launch. Modern Warfare's been one of the most highly anticipated games of 2019, with the Call of Duty community being a buzz on Reddit, Twitter, Facebook and every other social platform known to man. However, is the game really that great? Find out in this video. In order to look at this objectively and realistically, we first need to look at what Activision promised us as the gaming community. Activision claimed they were going to provide the most realistic and true-to-life Call of Duty ever. Activision also stated they were going to get away from the loot boxes, the silly customisation, the camouflages, the suits, and the money-grabbing ethos that they've had over the past few Call of Duty titles. The developers have promised us, the gaming community, brand new game modes and new styles of gameplay that we've never seen before, really generating a lot of hype and media interest across the globe for this once outstanding game. But let's take a look at what they've actually delivered. In order to truly answer this question of whether the game is as promised, we have to at first look at what happened before launch night. So at first we take a look at the pre-order offers. So if you pre-ordered through your console, you had the ability to download the game prior to midnight, so that at the midnight switch on, you could instantly get involved in the online multiplayer. Now this by itself was a phenomenal idea by Activision to allow the gamers to pre-download and be ready to play. It only further enhanced the hype and the build-up and the expectation of what Modern Warfare 2019 could actually deliver. But there lies the very first problem. For gamers who decided, like myself, to join in on the midnight launch at our local retail stores and got out of bed, drove to those locations, stood in a queue and purchased the hard copy of the game. We then had to go home, install the disc, and instead of joining in half an hour late, we then had to wait for an 85GB download in order to actually start playing the game. Now, for people such as myself who have been looking forward to this night a bit like Christmas or your birthday, with loads and loads of hype and expectation, to just be disappointed in the fact that they have to wait 5 or 6 hours for the game to actually install and be ready to play. For me, that completely ruined launch night, and Activision, I don't know if I can forgive you for that one. Moving on from that, we then have what you got with your pre-order, which was entirely different depending on which retailer you went from. Something I wasn't expecting or aware of. So for gamers who went online and purchased the game through Amazon or other online independent retailers, you were given XP tokens. So right now you're able to level up faster, unlock new equipment, new kill streaks and new weapons before the other gamers, giving you a clear advantage. However, for those of us gamers who purchased the game at a retail store, you may or may not have received these XP tokens, again limiting our ability to maintain competitiveness against the online community. But let's look past that and let's look at the actual game. What's been delivered by Activision, Infinity Ward, Blizzard Entertainment and released to us as Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Well, the game itself delivers upon its promise of in-game customisation. Like the beta, the Gunsmith is exactly how we expected it to be, giving us the ability to have a detailed look at each and every element of every weapon and see how that's going to perform inside gameplay. One of the biggest things in terms of customisation is inside a multiplayer game, you can actually edit your class setup for your next spawn, meaning you no longer have to wait in between lobbies in order to customise your class. And that means you can get more games in and less time editing classes, which again just further enhances the entertainment aspect of this game. There is another element to the gun customization that we haven't seen before in beta or alpha, and that's the blueprints for weapons. You can unlock these by doing specific challenges within the game, which will give you a blueprint to a customised weapon depending on the challenges. For pre-order, advanced, early access beta users, you will have received a limited edition shotgun. The blueprint is inside the Gunsmith customization, and you can attach this weapon without unlocking it first by levelling up in multiplayer. For further information on how to utilise blueprints, make sure you check out my future videos. Lastly, inside customization, we still have the ability to customise our clan tags, our calling cards, and add different camouflages to our weapons that we can unlock through specific challenges for that weapon inside the multiplayer game. I think it's about time that we start looking at the actual gameplay of Modern Warfare to see if it lives up to the expectations that we were promised by the developers. The developers promised to move the maps away from the traditional 3-lane map style that we've seen in all of the Call of Duty games before. However, in Modern Warfare, we still have some traditional 3-lane map style games, such as Azir Cave, where there's only 3 routes across the map if you're playing game modes such as Domination or Search and Destroy. One promise that developers truly delivered on is the maps. We have such a huge variety of maps inside the game that change up the gameplay style, the class customization you want to use, as well as being different for different game modes throughout the game. And the maps truly are vertical, they have power positions, and they have loads of routes throughout the map, and that gives us an entirely new dimension when it comes to playing the game. When you're inside the multiplayer games, you will notice just a few things. First of all, the ADS, or the aim down scope speed, is very slow. If you're a run and gun style player and you come across a player who's camped into a position, it's very difficult to get an accurate shot, meaning that you die far more frequently than you would in any other previous Call of Duty version of the game. The general player movement speed is slower than we've seen before in other Call of Duty games, nowhere near the levels of Advanced Warfare or even Blackout 4. It now feels closer to the player movement style of Modern Warfare 2. The time to kill inside Modern Warfare is ridiculous. It takes seconds in order to kill an enemy player, especially if you're accurate with your shots and are getting headshots in most engagements. This combination of low ADS, low player movement speed and high time to kill speed is encouraging the camper to just sit in a corner, lie down at a doorway or aim down a key passageway and just camp, stacking up those kills. One thing I have noticed in my first few games of gameplay is in game modes such as Domination, the campers are everywhere, and this could be a real problem for gamers moving forward past Christmas. The true saving grace of the online multiplayer inside Modern Warfare has to be the brand new lean mechanic they've introduced in 2019. The lean mechanic allows you to toggle on and off a leaned position against a bit of cover, such as a barrel or a wall, and that's going to give you higher accuracy, lower recoil, but again, it's designed to support the camper. And as we know, the online multiplayer community hate campers. One thing that was truly evident inside the first few days and nights of gameplay inside Modern Warfare is for the first half of any game, whether that be TDM, Team Deathmatch, Search and Destroy, Headquarters, or even Domination, is for the first half, players camp like a stone in a corner and just do nothing trying to stack up for those kill streaks. And the second half of the gameplay, it seems to explode, where everyone is calling in kill streaks, running and gunning, and the games get more energetic and more fun. It's evident through the first few nights of gaming that the multiplayer gameplay still requires a lot of work and some changes to be made as quickly as possible. The weapons have different ammunition types, and currently this has no impact in the style of gameplay inside gunfights. The higher ammunition types make no difference when it comes to the time to kill, the ballistics, or the weapon range. And that's something that they did get right at the beginning of Black Ops 4 inside Blackout, so I really hope they take some of the information that they learned from Blackout and introduce that into the multiplayer in Modern Warfare. So rounding up Modern Warfare 2019, is the online multiplayer garbage? Well, the true answer is kind of. Some things they've got elements spot on, other things require a lot of changes and attention. Overall though, my first impressions of Modern Warfare since launch are that the online multiplayer is nowhere near the level that we were promised, and nowhere near my expectations. Over the next few nights I will be playing Spec Ops. I will be live streaming this on Mixer, find the channel link below, and join in every night at GMT 9 PM. And watch this space for my opinion and my first impressions of Spec Ops in Modern Warfare 2019. My name is The Scottish Gamer, and I create Call of Duty hints, tips and montage videos. So if you want to stay up to date with all of the latest Modern Warfare news, start now by subscribing and clicking the bell. Tap on the video link on screen right now to stay up to date and get more information on all of the Modern Warfare kill streaks, maps and the information you need in order to get high kill streaks and more wins. Thanks very much for watching. Until next time, happy gaming.